Did Mnet change their category just for ALLDAY project? You better leave Seolyun's calf muscles alone. More fallout from the W Korea event and so much more in today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. Is this nepotism? So as we all know, the Mama Awards, aka the Mnet Asian Music Awards, have released their list of nominations, and there's been a couple changes. For one, they changed their judging criteria for some of the categories, upping the judges' evaluation from 20% to now 40%. And now it seems that for Best New Artist category, which was previously separated into male and female categories, is now all in one. This year, Best New Artist nominees weren't separated into male and female. We can see here, Best New Artist, we have Ahop, ALLDAY Project, Baby Don't Cry, Close Your Eyes, Quartus, Hearts to Hearts, I Did, Isna, Kickflip, and Kiki. With the remaining categories still being, Best Male Artist, Best Female Artist, separated like that. So people are saying because of ALLDAY Project, who are a co-ed group, and consequently wouldn't fit into a Best New Female Artist category or Best New Male Artist category, that Mnet did it just for them. The suspicion that this is all for the sake of ADP will be proven if ALLDAY Project wins it, even though we all knew it. So there's been a lot of people accusing them of paying for this to happen, specifically mentioning member Annie, who is a chaebol, basically the granddaughter of the Samsung chairman. Bruh, grandpa, I won a Mama Awards. The parallels, we can see the golden ticket. Imagine having Best Male and Female nominees for years, and suddenly it vanishes just because you want to give them to a Nepo group. The concept of Mama changing their system for ALLDAY Project. That Samsung chaebol bag must have been really heavy, damn. There are some people defending them, however, basically saying, where else would they fit into if they didn't do this? Basically saying this would be their only option. However, with that, it does seem that ALLDAY Project is nominated in Fans Choice Female. So there are people counter-arguing that they could choose for that category, but seemingly not for Best New Artist. So of course, with all that, I would love to know what you think of Mama changing their category, but also seemingly putting them in Fans Choice Female, which Card is also nominated in as well. Do you think this is the direct result of nepotism, or do you think the category is just so small that they would have ended up having to do this anyways? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hee Jin was found guilty of workplace harassment. However, she has since filed an appeal and netizens are not happy about it. So basically back in March, Hee Jin was fined by the Seoul Regional Employment and Labor Office for verbally abusing a former employee. The employee was basically claiming that they suffered psychological distress specifically because of Hee Jin's actions. The Labor Office concluded some of Hee Jin's remarks caused physical and mental distress and worsened the working environment for employee A. So from there, it seems that Hee Jin filed a lawsuit challenging the decision, but the court sided with the Labor Office, and then on October 17th, Hee Jin submitted an appeal in the hopes of contesting this judgment. There are some netizen reactions to this. I hope the victim stays strong through it all. Wow, it must have been really bad. It's hard to even get workplace harassment legally recognized. Lawsuits are mentally draining. I hope the victim doesn't lose strength through it all. The embodiment of pettiness. If you lost even with 7 lawyers, then you lost. Shouldn't you start by apologizing to the victim? This is pathetic. Refusing to admit it is just disgusting. She's still dragging this out? Stay strong, employee A. If this is what feminism looks like, I'm done calling myself a feminist. Now we know not to get involved with someone like Hee Jin. New Jeans or Hee Jin, they're both the same, ignoring the court's ruling. So with this, I've seen a lot of discourse bringing New Jeans into the picture as well. Some people are saying because Hee Jin was fined for workplace harassment, that it's ironic that New Jeans are defending her. Or some people saying it's ironic that New Jeans don't want to work for Hybe because they claim they're being mistreated, when it seems Hee Jin is mistreating employees. Seoki supporting New Jeans for fighting against workplace harassment while supporting Hee Jin, who was convicted for workplace harassment. Though there are some fans saying this is a completely separate issue, but of course let me know your thoughts. W Korea has been getting slammed left, right, and center, as well as the sponsors involved in the idols in attendance to the Love Your W event. This was an event held to raise awareness about breast cancer, but they were quickly called out by netizens who felt that no awareness was raised whatsoever, let alone any money really. Instead, video after video was posted of idols having fun, partying, drinking. Fans were surprised to actually even learn this was a charity event at all, because throughout the years they just thought this was a fashion event. We did cover this this in the last video, but there has been more fallout since, so let's just go over the major things that were being criticized. So aespa's Karina was definitely a target of criticism because some people were accusing her of wearing a revealing outfit, saying it was inappropriate for the event. That's a whole other can of worms. She also received backlash for doing the Your Body Is So Sweet challenge, where she was, gesturing to her body. A lot of fans did defend her though, saying, the event put her in that position. If she had said no, she might have been thought of as rude, But she has continued to receive backlash because some people feel she's had quite a few scandals in a short amount of time. During election season, she hinted she voted for number 2 and burst out laughing at an award show, plus lip synced in the US and couldn't hold back her laughter on stage, plus started a power struggle on a live broadcast and got drunk and acted flirty at a breast cancer charity event wearing a dress. All of that happened within just 4 months. Is this for real? What does aespa even think of the public? Instead of improving, they're just evolving more and more. 3 of the incidents are all from this year. They got lucky and blew up last year and then completely caught a serious case of too cool to care. There are people, however, pointing out a double standard, saying, they shouldn't be the only ones targeted in this. This whole flow of this is just so effing weird. Things that should be criticized, W Korea and the inappropriate stuff that happened at the event. What actually ends up happening? Posts attacking female idols' looks, harassment, delusional boyfriend fantasies, suddenly making up fake cheating rumors, randomly dragging unrelated girl idols, bringing in other idols just to put the girl group down, and endless personal attacks and mockery. From there was backlash when ALLDAY project performed because there was this random photo of a girl's backside in the background for whatever reason, and people were like, what kind of event is this? Why is that photo even there? It's vulgar and disgusting. What even is this? Gross, damn. It's not just thoughtless, it's straight up idiotic. Wow, disgusting. We also saw Jay Park receive backlash for performing his song called Momme, which of course talks about women's bodies, and people thought that was just inappropriate for such an event. He did end up apologizing. After the official breast cancer awareness campaign event ended, there was an after party and performance. I understood it as a gathering of people who came together with good intentions and in good spirits, so I performed as I normally would. To any cancer patients who may have felt uncomfortable or upset watching my performance, I sincerely apologize. I hope you all stay healthy. Fighting. I performed even though I have an injury, without pay and with a good heart, wanting to contribute in a meaningful way. Please don't twist that goodwill. I meant this for those of you trying to turn one act done with good intentions into a controversy. Please don't twist what I said or misinterpret it. I asked for your understanding. Though it seems some people aren't too convinced of this. I mean, do you really think any cancer patient would feel even a little better after watching your performance? And what's with the whole I did it for free excuse? So what? Some people are saying W Korea demanded that he sang Momme and he was forced to? Where did that come from? BTS members were also being called out for their attendance at the event, with some people specifically finding a post that BTSV posted in 2022. It seems he posted a picture beside this artwork and then shared a movie poster for American Beauty, and some people thought it was, quote, weird or uncomfortable, specifically because of the content of the movie. But as a lot of people were just really frustrated with the idols in attendance, people did start digging into the past like this. I mean, even Jennie got dragged into this and she wasn't even there, but they brought up the fact that she attended in 2023. In the end, however, W Korea had no comment about anything. I mean, alongside their no comment, they even posted an ad right after the event for Dyson. And another criticism we see is, like, when you scroll through W Korea, you see all these posts of idols partying, of them drinking, like we mentioned, of these types of ads, and they're even tagging breast cancer awareness. So when you search breast cancer awareness, you're just flooded with all these posts that have nothing to do with breast cancer awareness. So if you happen to be looking for resources through a hashtag, they themselves are flooding it with nonsense. And fans are actually discussing that there were seemingly only a few idols who actually spoke at all about breast cancer surrounding any of this. Isla performed at the event, and it seems that Wonnie basically said, "Don't miss the smallest signs, everyone, get tested." Wonnie, a minor, being the only one who actually talked about the awareness at the event is crazy. Amongst all the grown adults in attendance, we have 2007 born Wonnie being one of the few non-scripted, non-performative voices reminding everyone what this event is allegedly about, breast cancer awareness. Don't miss even the smallest signs, everyone, get tested. It seems that Minjo also told people to get checked out.
작은 신호도 놓치지 않고 모두들 먼저 검진으로 시작하세요. 앞으로도 건강에 대한 그런 좋은 영향력이 많이 퍼졌으면 좋겠습니다.
It seems that after the event, Ives Ray went live and talked about how she studied about breast cancer before going to the event. I had thought that if we change the way we see things, won't the world be better? Anyways, when we are sick, how do I say this? I believe societal awareness is important, so I was once sick in the past too, though it's a different sickness, but as someone who shares similar pain, I relate to it, so I hope the awareness about it spreads more. I studied about it, breast cancer, since I was going to the event. I hope the world becomes a place where we can all share comfortably the pain that we felt. But from there, Dispatch got involved because, as we talked about in the last video, people noticed that on W Korea's website that they managed to raise 1.1 billion Korean won within 20 years, which is about $700,000, over $700,000, which sounds like a lot of money, but if you spread that across 20 years, it doesn't seem like much, especially if you consider the amount of money that goes into the sponsored outfits, the sponsored products. Like, people were saying sponsors, brands are spending more for the outfits that the idols are wearing than the event is even getting in donations. So Dispatch got involved and they did their own investigation. So one of the things they found is apparently that managers weren't allowed inside of the event. One of the event's internal memos basically said that staff accompaniment was prohibited during key segments like interviews and challenges. So if you remember, it was the event's 20th anniversary for raising awareness of breast cancer, and their idea was that they were going to make TikToks asking people what they remember from their 20s. We also saw Karina's Your Body is So Sweet challenge. So some people are kind of saying that if their managers were allowed around them during those times, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Maybe the managers would have been like, yeah, no. But quote, managers were forced to wait outside for over 6 hours unaware of what was happening inside. And here's an example, 5:30 p.m. to 6:50 p.m., third floor shooting zone. Photo wall and red carpet shooting. Pose for W logo photos after short red carpet walk. Staff not allowed to accompany. Fashion team and PR team photo shooting after W logo photo. Staff not allowed to accompany. So staff accompaniment prohibited was repeated 4 times throughout the memo, and it was later also stated that only 1 staff member per artist was allowed inside the party for part 2. So they're also saying that if they were only allowed 1 staff member, it was more likely to be a hair or makeup person rather than one of their managers. So they're kind of alluding to how some of the stuff could have been prevented if managers were allowed in. They also bring up the money aspect in terms of brands, donations. So according to Dispatch, celebrities weren't paid to go to the event. They covered their own hair and makeup and styling. However, W Korea allegedly accepted hefty payments from luxury sponsors instead. Fashion brands reportedly donated around 30 million Korean won, about 21,000 USD each, with jewelry houses contributing 5 million Korean won, 3,000 apiece. So there were 29 high-end brands. So with 29 high-end brands, the total amount donated should have easily reached 700,000 just in 1 year, according to Dispatch. And then there's even allegations that 700,000 is actually lower than they claimed. According to data obtained by lawmaker Hee Jin from the Ministry of Health and Welfare and shared by Women's Newspaper, W Korea has contributed just 315 million Korean won, about 222,000 USD, to the Korea Breast Health Foundation over the past 17 years. So of course this leaves us with the similar question: who is to blame for this? Is it the idols themselves? Is it the sponsors involved? Or is it the event? If managers were present, would that really have changed much? But of course, as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. So with that, let's move on to K-pop shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently and are quick news. Do you ever just look at a picture of an idol and think, damn, I should really just body shame them right now? And Soyeon recently posted this photo, and a fan told her, your calf muscles have become way too developed. Feels like you could send me flying with one kick. And she responded, should I? LOL. ATEEZ held a pop-up for their 7th anniversary, and there were these flyers with what looks like to be a phone number. I believe it's their debut date, but it seems to be someone's actual phone number, and the event didn't anticipate people to actually call it. So they ended up having to release a statement saying, it was just for, quote, design purpose, don't call the number, because the person with that phone number was receiving phone calls and was not too happy about it. Big Hit is gonna take legal action against a song that apparently plagiarized Pyeongkyu's solo song. So Pyeongkyu's Take My Half versus Gravy's Take My Hand. Let's listen to them side by side. What do you think of the similarity? Fans have been discussing EXO Kai's alleged use of emojis because he revealed his phone and you can see his recently used emojis, and we see this emoji with 4 different skin tones. Kwasa clarifies that she's not a chaebol, but she did buy her stylist a car. Basically, her stylist car broke down and she wasn't able to replace it, so she wanted to gift her a car, and so she did. CIX's Jin Young is being accused of cultural appropriation for this look. The bra that Chui wore at Victoria's Secret fashion show has apparently completely sold out. On that note, I always have to censor pictures like this, and people get mad at me. They're like, oh my god, I can't believe you're offended. I'm not offended. okay? But I swear to God, I posted a photograph of an ITZY member, literally completely covered up, okay? Nothing showing. A photo, and my video got age restricted. Can you imagine what that does to somebody? No, like YouTube is crazy. YouTube is wild. Like there are people who do people do weird things on YouTube. And then my picture of ITZY gets age restricted though. So I have to be like so careful. You guys don't understand. You guys put the blame on me. It's not me. It's not me. You're like, why are you censoring this? It's not me. Well, it literally is me, but it's not because of me. I'm not doing this for funsies, okay? As much as we love Modesty Kevin, it's a pain in my ass to do all this extra editing for what reason? I don't know, because YouTube... Anyways, on that note, it's so funny because I was gonna make this the thumbnail. I'm like, first of all, it's not great. It's not a great thumbnail, but do you notice what I did to Chewy? And a little bit of Nia. Well, all three of those girls actually were edited, to be really honest with you, but I opted for something else. Thank God. In this picture, her hair did the work for us. We didn't need any Modesty Kevins. But I'm like, should I put Modesty Kevin in the thumbnail? I don't even know. But like, can you tell? Can you tell what I did? So yeah, I reckon that is basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. And as for me, I'm gonna get going. Did I already say I'm gonna get going? See you next... What? I don't remember what I say. Bye!